Yes, hello everyone, welcome back. We are back at the Corner House Club Hotel once more. Happy New Year to you, everyone. Hope you've had a fantastic festive period. We are here talking all things football once again. We're around the table. I've got Joe with me. Joe, how was your Christmas?
Aye, absolutely excellent. Ben's had an absolute blinder. I've had a really good one. Maybe he's won too many beers on Christmas Day evening, but at the end of the day, is that what it's all about for us parents? Hope all of you guys.
Are they coming for you?
Yeah.
It's an ambulance, so yeah, probably. Don't worry, I'm a first aider.
That worries me, just saying that. I've obviously got Dave and Lorraine. How's your Christmas been?
It hasn't been yet.
It has been by the time this video goes out. What are you on about?
It was quiet.
She's playing the game, Dave.
I was thinking it hasn't been yet.
Try and feed a man lines and he just doesn't eat them.
Drop the hints in there. I'll ask again. Has it been a good Christmas?
Been quiet.
That's better, Dave.
Right, we are here because obviously the break
Print the script
with
this time.
the women's stuff. There is no women's news, so we're going to have a little bit of fun today. Me and Joe a couple of weeks ago, of course, talked about half-season review and the players and stuff. And this time, we're all going to come together and try and put the best 111 or our favourite 111 so far this season.
Prepare for the cameras to go outside as me and Dave start discussing certain players. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll not mention Manchester.
No, better not. What I can tell you is that it'll be some graphics that are going to come up on your screen. We've all agreed with the four players. We haven't told each other's teams. So the four players being Claudia Moore in goal, Diana Cooper the centre back, and the two centre midfielders of Elisa Body and, of course, Captain Stubbs, which we'll come on to later with armbands, so on and so on. But just obviously we've all agreed, Dave, I'll come to you on this one. We've all agreed with the goalkeeper. Has she made a big improvement in the nets for Newcastle this season?
Yeah, I do. I think she's got a calming influence. I think
No there.
it's hard to, because I think she's got the same attributes as Gracie, I think, but I think she's a lot calmer than Gracie. You know, when you see her, she doesn't rush things when she doesn't need to. I've seen Gracie a few times where she's picked the ball up, but she's lobbed it straight on the pitch, and we need to hold on that ball a little bit. Moni doesn't. She'll hold the ball for a little bit longer just to get everybody out. Is she an improvement? I don't know. I just think she's brought a calming influence to the back. Plus, she's more vocal, and I know that Gracie's vocal as well. But I just think she's brought a calming influence to the back, and the back are very guaranteed with her. I think she still makes the same mistakes as what Gracie would make.
Yeah, I mean, she has made a couple of mistakes, but overall she's been great with her feet, I think.
Yeah, totally.
Come on, elaborate a bit more. Come on, I'm feeding the lights. Come on. You talked about, obviously, Dave was saying just there that she's more vocal and all that. I think she looks more calm as well.
Yeah, so
in terms of when the crosses come in.
Yeah. It's some of the saves that she's.
Birmingham away, springs to mind straight away.
Yeah.
The double save.
Brilliant, absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant.
The one thing I would say that she's the only thing I would say that she's a bit iffy with, but Grace used to be the same with anything over her head. I find women are quite different. No, anything above here, they're quite for straight. But she struggles the same as well. And coming across ways, she's okay. But if it's direct at her, it's a height. Grace used to panic as well.
I think that's probably a problem in general, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the same with women's football. It always is.
It's the height they're playing in full men's.
Totally.
Goals have been talked down the years, so the goals have been made smaller and whatever. So there's the goalkeeper sorted. Nice and easy.
She kind of picks herself, don't she?
Yeah, nice and easy one for everyone to start off with. So there is the goalkeeper. Now, interesting. Do you want to reveal your right back, Joe?
My right back is. Well, I'm just getting it up there. I mean, I think most people could have guessed it. Olivia Watt. Now, I know she hasn't had the most amount of time on the pitch, but
So we agree on that.
I think the impact that Olivia Watt has made when she's been coming on, when she's started. I mean, look at the Everton game. That was her first start of the season, if I remember rightly, and she played a blinder. One of the few games where she struggled, and I don't think it was entirely down to her, was Bristol away. Obviously, me, Dave and Lorraine went down to Bristol away, and I just think Liv brings something different. She brings a certain calmness, a certain consistency to the game, and for me, for the last year and a half, 2 years, my starting lineup doesn't not feature Olivia Watt. Every time it's got to feature Olivia Watt, she's such a stalwart on that right back position, and she's great going forward as well. Can't dispute it.
I would say if she could learn how to cross the ball, I think she'd be.
Is that a problem?
Yeah.
Going forward.
Yeah, because she'll go forward. She'll go forward all day. She'll take a man. She's got no problem with that. But the final third, she's okay with the pass around about. I was nice to see her score this year, but crossing and things like that, final third, she's a bit iffy with. She's not very confident with, I would say. But Liv is just a defender.
Yeah, cheers.
She's a defender. That's it. Full stop. To me, if you've got a defender, that's all you want from. There's other players on the pitch who can do all the fancy stuff.
Yep.
If you're a defender, you're a defender. Yep. She is. She's just a pure defender. 1-to-1, she's absolutely magic at. She's got pace. She's got power. She reads the game beautifully. She's a really good player. One of my favourites.
So obviously you guys have gone for Liv Watt as well. So that's 2. I haven't, and we will reveal mine in a moment. But Lorraine, why has she not played more minutes? You get the difficult questions off me.
I know. This is like.
I don't know.
Why? Because I feel that right back is not nailed on for anyone at the minute. We don't have a designated right back. I don't think that's permanent first choice.
She's been there a couple of times as well.
Yeah, we've seen loads of people play there.
Plus, she's played a back three every now and again as well.
Yeah.
So, did she want the right back this year? I just think it's who she's playing. Who she's playing against, I think, more than who's better what.
Before Joe jumps in, I went for Leah Cataldo because of the
But you could do that either way, couldn't you?
Yeah, because some reason might have that left back as well.
That's why I said.
Because what you've just said about Liv Watt going forwards, Leah Cataldo is much better doing that. But defensively, Liv Watt is a better defender. But if we're trying to break a game down, who do you want in the right back position? Cataldo or what? So you're breaking the defence down? Because I would want Cataldo bombing up and down that wing because I think naturally she is better going forward. So I would personally like to say Cataldo. I know she's just come back from injury. And I know she obviously had the Lionesses the first game of the season, injured for a while, and only just come back. So for me, I think the right back is massively up for grabs. I think she could nail it. Obviously, I am outvoted, but I just want my little 50 pence.
I think with Cataldo as well as she's got the last couple of games as well. She's come straight back from injury, and I think we've had a couple of players that come back from injury and they've been left out. They've been on the bench for a couple of games. Leah seems to come in and she's come straight in.
She's got a certain class about her. I will say that about Leah.
No, she's just come straight in. Actually, she hasn't kind of had a time and got match fitness and all that. Like I say, she's just kind of come in and she's played again. I
noticed it with Cataldo when we first brought her in last season. She's just about there to unlocking a peak, a potential, and I think in the next season or two, Leah Cataldo is the one who becomes an absolute guaranteed starter nearly every single match.
I thought she was brilliant left back because we did miss Naomi Perdue.
To
show you.
I will agree with that. She fitted in although she was a very different player to what Naomi was.
Yeah.
Again, faster, better, going forward, etc., etc. There's something about Leah Cataldo. She's a special player. Very special.
She owes me a hot chocolate.
Tell us why. There's no doubt the girls watch
What game was it?
It was the 0-0 draw last season.
It was an away
Not
game.
the Reddish one. It was the
Halifax.
one before. Yeah.
Halifax.
Yeah, the 0-0.
It was her and was it Becky Ferguson?
Becky Ferguson.
Hey.
They'd
Both over a quid.
I remember that.
gone to the
She's
chaos
still
stage.
holding to them.
I know, she does. Every time she sees it, she tells her you owe me a
Full time
quid.
now then.
And they were the fella had just buggered off. Give them the hot chocolate. I went, oh, just take it and I'll pay for it. She went, no. They were both like, no. I says, it's £1 each. So I paid for it anyway. I went, I give the fella the card.
Yeah. Here, next time we take the park and not playing, come and find me. We'll hand the coffee hour.
We were going to scuffle Becky Ferguson in Middlesbrough when we went down home.
Should have been,
For a quid.
It's a squid like.
Who was that? One defender we've all agreed on is Deanna Cooper, Dave. What a signing, I think. Yes, she'd done the mistake for the Durham goal.
The Everton game as well. She got a lot of stick for the Everton game, and I don't think that was justified. I don't think she had cover in front of her to help her out.
But the positives are she's been unreal.
She's been my signing of the season.
Sure.
Yeah, Deanna Cooper. She's been my signing of the season.
Tell us more about her. She's got a couple of goals of late.
She's yet again. She's a no frills. She just does what she needs to do. She's a defender, and that's it. She doesn't. The difference between her and Potty is Potty's got like the Charlotte. She can spray a ball.
Yeah.
Deanna keeps it simple. She can move us forward if she needs to by a little simple ball in the midfield or out the wing. She tidies up lovely at the back. She's very calm. The only thing I would say that Deanna lacks a little bit is her pace.
Yeah.
But apart from that, because she reads the game so well, she doesn't need a pace.
Yeah, she's got loads of experience, hasn't she?
Yeah, well, she came out of WSL, didn't she? She came from Chelsea, didn't she?
Reading.
Yes.
Yeah, Chelsea as well.
She did early on.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
Chelsea.
in the
Chelsea.
earlier days,
Yeah,
she did. She
yeah,
won a
she
league
was.
title, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think she won an FA Cup as
Part
well.
of the squad. Aye.
She is being brilliant, isn't she?
I think with Deanna, for me, the one side, and this isn't a slight. I said this in the last one. We're talking about the ratings about 60-minute players, 70-minute players. They're important. I don't think Deanna's a 90-minute player. Maybe a few years ago, yes, but if she is on a pitch where they're 70 minutes.
So don't look at me leg.
20
have
30
39
minutes.
with us.
He's under the table.
Look at me leg. Well, I hope it was.
If she plays 70 minutes, if she
There was
plays
someone look at me leg.
they didn't disappear, so we're safe there, aren't we? If she plays 70 minutes or 20, 30 minutes coming on to sub someone, Deanna is a fantastic player in that time, but I don't think she's a 90-minute player, and that's where I think people give her too much stick. Agreed with Everton, and I think that's why, though. I think she should have come off a bit earlier. That's all, you know.
Rare with C centre back subbed off, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is rare.
I just thought she wasn't protected enough. Down that right side, I think we played 3 at the back, didn't she?
Yeah.
And I think the right winger was that too far up that she got exposed on that right side too much.
She did.
And she started to panic a little bit. You know, she was doing the back pass to the keeper. It wasn't happening and things. And she got overrun.
She put a shift in that game.
But that's it.
Shift.
She just got up. She got left to death in that game.
And we interviewed her. She said she loves being up here. She loves playing alongside
She's British,
Foxy.
yeah,
Loves that time up here since she's been here. But
And she scores a worldie like sharp.
a couple of good goals and
She's got 2 this
That
season,
one in the
hasn't
Man U game. Look, where did that come from?
I tell you what it is, we were sat behind the goal and watching that just happen, it was just like, you knew, I just knew what was happening. It was like, she's going to hit this, she's going to hit this, she's going to hit boom, and it was like...
and she kept the unbeaten run going at St James's Park as well.
Yes, she
Yeah.
did, yeah.
Before we come to Joe's centre back and my centre back, Lorraine, who was the other choice? Do you remember? Do you want us to remind you?
Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah.
Tell us why.
Oh, okay.
Because she can play in 2 positions, can't she? Wide centre back.
Do you remember where I said?
No.
Where Deanna lacks pace, she doesn't. So they kind of complement each other.
She's no nonsense, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
She's got pace to burn where Deanna doesn't.
so is this more your pick than Lorraine's this one?
No, we kind of had a chat together with it. It wasn't like we kind of put both together. It wasn't just me picking, she agreed to it. It was like,
It's just
what do you think
a
from this and this? This is what I think, and then she put what she thought as well.
Joe, reveal your centre back.
Potty, Charlotte Potts. You don't need to say much more about Charlotte Potts other than she does exactly what she needs to on the tin. However, I will admit that in the nicest way possible, Newcastle, like in our career with Newcastle this season, you've noticed that she has had more tests.
She's got more competition.
She's had more tests to put across, and she's in a bigger pond now, and she knows that. And it's been a few years since she's been in this pond, and she's back there now, and she has had a couple of times where honestly I never thought I'd say about Charlotte, but she struggled a couple of times.
Yeah.
However, the leadership she's got on that pitch, and the ability she's got to just stay stoic at the back and hold her line is phenomenal. And again, it's one of those where I don't see a starting lineup without Charlotte Potts, which I want to see when you have said Greenwood, and the reason why you have said it, I love that. But that's where I struggle with midfield because I can't put Greenwood in.
But this
over.
is the only way that we can do it.
Yeah, same way with
Put
the
Hannah in
same
there because
one,
you'll know what
yeah.
our midfield is in a minute.
Yeah,
and I wanted Hannah in there, and there's
yeah.
no way I could place another one if we didn't have Hannah in the
Yeah.
back. And Hannah's
That's
played
if they don't get
there.
outvoted.
I don't care. Hannah's been there this season, and she's not been fluxed by it. I think Charlotte, the best 2 games I've seen Charlotte play this year, and I love Charlotte a bit, so sorry, Bernie. The 2 games I've seen Charlotte play well this year was Sheffield at home
Yeah.
and the Everton at home game. Because she had time on the ball to pick the defender, and then she had time on the ball to cruise forward and look for her passes. And she was outstanding in them 2 games. She got my man the match in them 2 games because she just does what Charlotte does.
Yeah.
I find the other games where she had against Birmingham, against Bristol, against things like that, she doesn't have that time.
Bristol was definitely one where I don't just look at Charlotte as well.
Yeah.
We all agree with that. The whole team
Yeah.
just fell apart.
Bristol was just nuts.
Bristol aside, I just think Charlotte brings a certain side to the. I feel like a lot of the players look over to Charlotte, and there's something about it when they see Charlotte holding the ball. It gives them a little bit extra confidence. It gives them a bit of boost, which I don't think.
They know all about it, don't they?
Yeah, and I don't think
confidence.
anyone else on the team has that effect that she does. That's why when it comes to like a lot of the leaders and stuff, I do genuinely see.
You don't think Keegan
Charlotte.
does?
Who?
Keegan.
Stobbs. No.
No?
And I'll get into that in a bit when it comes to it. But yeah, I don't. Not the same way that Charlotte does. Not. But yeah.
So, who have I gone with then? I've gone with Charlotte Potts. Sorry.
I knew it. We're on the way up. We're on the way up. As I can tell you the team now.
Oh, we haven't coerced or anything.
No.
We don't even know. I think Joe's literally just said, I've been a big fan.
Roll on a run over here.
I've been a big fan.
Just versus them. Come at me.
I've got a weapon.
I think it's just what you've said, Potsy. I think Carmen influence. I think she's one of the most experienced people around there. I think the younger lasses look up to her. I think she's quality on the ball. She can defend. I do agree she has got more tests this season as Little Ferdinand making an appearance. But I also think that she's at a stage now in a Newcastle career where she might not play every single game now for the competition, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's actually healthy because no one should be guaranteed to start. We've seen it with the likes of even Rachel Furness keeping her out. However, the quality is still there. Over long term this season, I want Charlotte Potts and Deanna Cooper as my two. So the majority of the vote used to, sorry on that one, but Charlotte Potts makes it in our team. So far we've got Claudia Moore in goal, right back Olivia Watt, and then the two centre backs Deanna Cooper and Charlotte Potts.
Charlotte Potts.
Left back, I like you to go on this one.
Leah.
Tell us why Leah Cataldo is your left back.
Because you can play a Leah or Liv.
Are you just basically
side.
saying what I'm from the right back side?
You can just switch them. You can play them either way. It's just versatility. No, neither one's good at either one better. They play the side. That's the only reason. The only reason I didn't pick Demi Stokes for is I think Demi's now relying more on her experience than anything else. Don't get me wrong, she's a good player. I'm not saying that she's bad in any way. She's not. But I do think now, with the age that she's getting at and all the minutes that she's played, she plays more. I'm not saying that's wrong either. But if you want a fullback that can run the length of the pitch and back, and I find Demi, she'll run halfway. And then you'll say she'll run the other half, and then she's close enough to get back.
She can get forwards. It's just a couple.
But she does it in bits and pieces. She can't do it in one full run.
Yeah.
If in the last game, the Manchester United game, in the first half, she ran the halfway line, and then she turned around and made a pass backwards, and then somebody lobbed it over the top. Then she was off after it. She can't. I feel she can't do it in a one go. And these days, you can't have that. You need someone who's going to get up and down. And I think but Demi Stokes plays on experience. There is sometimes she's in there and you think, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, there's the experience of her because she'll nick the ball of somebody. She's got that calming on the ball. No, she looks, she passes and she's aware. But it's just, I think these days you need more up and down where she doesn't. She'll go like halfway and then she'll go halfway.
So I'll go next and I'll let you have the deciding factor because I've gone with Demi Stokes on this one.
You would.
I thought she was a bit shaky the first few games, getting into the rhythm. I think she was also partially fault for the London City Lionesses goal on the counter because she's just way too far in advance. But naturally, I think that turning point for me was the Everton game when she got on the score sheet.
Was that the one where Alicia lost the ball? London
but she's so far up.
Yeah, she lost the ball, didn't she? Debbie couldn't get back.
You can pinpoint loads, but I think after about 3-4 games, she's starting to get at the rhythm. She scored against Everton. I think she's been a colossus. I do agree if she can't always get back, but going forward, I think she's actually probably the best crosser in the full-back positions we've got at the squad. And she can get forward.
Defender's not there to cross the ball.
A modern fullback is. A modern fullback should be. That's why I would have Cataldo on the other side, though. But with Debbie Stokes, I think she's still got another good 18 months in her. I think we've got the WSL. That's probably where we need to change that. Get some younger. But not even that. It's like I think you've picked up on this, Joe. Is that when there's a break in play, she's obviously coming across. Look, you need to do this move. Yeah, we've seen it.
That's where the experience is.
That's where the experience is. Where you don't expect a Leah Cataldo to pull someone out and say, "Howie, you're not." She's more the quieter girls. But
she hasn't got the experience.
So in that terms alone, I'm going with our 69 Lioness cap, Demi Stokes. Over to you, Joe. You have the deciding factor.
I've got to go in a lot of the same reasons. I'm Demi Stokes as well. Never come agreed again, you know what I mean?
Versus there.
Go home.
No, I'm going to fight my cause over here. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous, this. And they said they haven't coerced before they came down. Look at this.
So for me, Demi Stokes, it's all those reasons that you've said above. And I agree very much with you, Dave, when you say it's our experience that guides her. Now, next season, and the season's going forward, my dream left and right back. Yeah,
What, me and Lorraine?
Lorraine's on the left, you're on the right. No,
I think you're shooting for everything.
Leah Cataldo and Olivia Watt are definitely my left and right back going forward, but I just think they lack that that side of experience that we need this season. It's her first time in the championship. I think the big reason, I was one of the first ones, I even said it to Demi herself, I said this on the last one.
Yeah, I'm shocked when you were like, how would you? Lioness.
Yeah, I was like, look, I
think she's more relying on the lioness now than what she's doing with the football.
No, I think she's proved a little bit now.
I think she has now. She's proven a lot now. She's given a lot more. I think as time goes on, Demi Stokes is one of those who's getting better and better and better for the team.
Yeah. She's
getting the ring rust off, whatever, wrestling term, sorry, getting the football pitch rust off. She's getting better and she's doing more. She's doing bigger runs. She's moving that bit faster. She's that bit more aware. She knows she's got that time on the pitch now. By the end of the season, I think what Demi Stokes is going to leave with this team is an ability to stick in this league and further on. And I think that's something that
if you've got Liv Watt and you've got Leah Cataldo, who would you want to learn off?
Demi Stokes.
Yeah.
It is.
That's what you're looking at, isn't it?
You've got one of the best left backs in
But that's what you're looking at, isn't it?
And that's what she's given that this season.
When she walked through the door, I bet they're all like,
wow. You've won a Euro.
The Facebook group went nuts, wasn't it? I knew there was a reason why I had me putting numbers on my shirt. Yeah, everybody's wanted Demi Stokes.
It was a great signing. And there's your back five, everyone. So it's Claudia Moore in the back four of Liv Watt, and then the two centre backs of Potsy and Cooper and Demi Stokes.
Well, we got one anyway.
Your left back. You might get a few more in.
We only got one, look, didn't we?
So, Lorraine, we've all agreed with two of the centre midfielders. Tell us about Amber Keegan-Stobbs, her performances this season.
Amazing.
Why?
Tell us why. Come on, elaborate.
Because she's all over the pitch. She's not afraid to put a tackle in. She's shouting at them. It's
drives forward, didn't she?
Yeah.
Do you think because when she went centre back, do you have any concerns about when she had to fill in there a couple of times? Because she didn't look out of place for me.
No, because it's. I think
the only time
anywhere.
The only time I thought was strange was when she had Hannah in the midfield and then put Keegan in the.
Yeah, should have been the way around.
Yeah, should have been, I thought. But that's the only time I thought that, no, she shouldn't be there. You get Kate with Keith, she's captain. And that says it all.
It is.
But she's playing like captain.
Oh, God.
She comes on and she changes games.
She's playing a best season right now.
Wolves away. Without a doubt, Wolves away.
Everywhere.
Wolves away last year. If you want to sum up Amber Keegan-Stobbs, you put Wolves last year. We're 2-0 down half time. She came on half time and just absolutely ran that game. There was no. She just absolutely ran that game. If you want to just sum up Amber Keegan-Stobbs, have a look at that second half against Wolves and you'll get Amber. I have been surprised this year though that she's put her in a more of a higher midfield role.
I like that
role.
Oh yeah, she's been. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. But there's other reasons as well why I picked another one as well because of this, because of versatility. Keegan is just what she is. She's everything or nothing. Everything or nothing. Whatever she does, she's an everything or nothing. That's it. And actually got a cuddle off her as well. So I thought it was brilliant. Got a daddy moment and everything. It was like when she got sent off. But she's team cap for a reason.
I want to throw a question at you, Lorraine. Yeah. Does she sign a new contract and stay on next season?
I hope so, yeah.
I think she will.
So,
Amber Keegan-Stobbs.
She's shown no reason not to.
My fellow neighbour, hello Amber.
She's shown no reason not to, is she?
What, being my neighbour?
Yeah. She's got drills in the wall.
Like, yeah,
that's just claiming the fame, isn't it? She's going Amber Keegan-Stobbs lives next door.
Actually, in the same hotel as Newcastle Men. Amber Keegan-Stobbs lives 2 doors down.
She's going to get a big deal outside of him. Amber Keegan-Stobbs.
So Amber Keegan-Stobbs, without a shadow of a doubt, is in there. Alicia Body's the other one we've all agreed on with.
Yes.
Tell me about her performances. Obviously, she's been called up the under 21s, a little bit before
23s.
Under 23s, same things.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's strange. Got a new 3-year deal as well. The longest contract, I believe, at the club at the minute. Totally deserved.
Oh, without doubt. And the thing about it, right, take that 3-year contract in itself, right, you look at that 3-year contract and she was one of the first ones offered a big long-term contract and you wonder why now. You look at Bossy, Alicia Body in this season so far, and has she played her best football? No, she hasn't. However, she's brought in that flair at times, she's brought in that presence. It was one of the games, forgetting which one, she comes on, she was taped up, she was strapped up still, and she's still done a job.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest away last year. She had that big injury, didn't she?
No, it was this season. It was this season. She came up strapped up because that's ended up leading to the Lionesses' injury.
Because we
scored and she helped make it. You know, she's brilliant when she comes on. She brings a certain presence. She's one of those players. Whether it's almost like a Lauren James. You know, when Lauren James comes on, it doesn't matter if Lauren James has a bad game. She's going to distract 3 players. Alicia Body does that every single time. She distracts 3 players. People are marking her left, right, and centre. She's absolutely phenomenal what she does, and you've got to remember her age.
Is Alicia got long legs or short socks?
Short socks. And absolutely minuscule shin pads. Shin pads thinner than this fork.
There's 2 or 3 of them now starting. Smaller ones.
Don't
go chucking the fork today, Joe.
I wouldn't know.
my only gripe
is she playing too deep?
Yes. She's not a defensive midfielder. Remember Bristol?
Yeah.
And that's my only gripe with her this year is playing as she's not a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
She's not built for it. Alicia's a runner. You've got to let her just go. Just do your thing. You know, she'll cover everything. She'll defend. She'll play down. She'll push the ball. Look at the goal she scored at bloody St James's Park, coming off the wing and then whipping the top corner. She's not going to do that by a DM.
But I think there's where it's been a downfall this season. It's most of the season so far she's been holding that knee knock. She wants to run, she wants to do it, but whatever's going on with her knee right now...
I know, but do you not think that's West putting her as a defensive midfielder? Because she's got to break things up. That's more tackling and more...
No, but it's given her a stoic position. Look at last season. Last season she was given freedom. She was. Yeah. Now this season so far she hasn't had freedom, and I think that's down to whatever she's holding on her knee.
Apparently, talking to her father, that's where she wants to play.
Lorraine, are you worried about injuries being so young? Because she's had, 3 now at the club?
All day as well.
Is it concerning?
It is. It's.
Come on then.
No. I think last year she was brought back too early.
Yeah, she was out for a while though, wasn't she?
Then not in the Forest game where she came on her knee was taped up the bugger. I mean, we even said there was more tape on her knee than what there was skin.
Yeah.
I think the not in the Forest game, I think because it was so close. Remember the Elsa goal was right in 80 odd minutes, 82nd minute or something, 1-0. I think they rushed her back too early last season. And I think that's what messed her up last season. This season, we don't even know what the injury is. It could be something, it could be nothing. There's nothing come out of the club yet to say what it is. We just know she's injured. I think last year messed her up because I thought we brought her back too early. I think we had to because we didn't have anybody else that could do that position. I think this year the midfield is that strong. We can leave her out for that little bit longer. No, say, look, you've got that because you've got Keegan, you've got Emma, you've got Hannah, you've got Georgie, you've got Jazz. You know, you've got people in there that can do that job. Not as good, but they can do it. So we don't need to rush her back this year, and maybe that will keep her more injury-free. Yeah. Last year, she was taped up most of last year, and she was. Yeah. We heard she was injured. She was going to be out for a month, and all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, she was on the pitch, taped up and running around and doing her thing. And I think that's what messed up last year. I hope this year is, because we've got cover for her, that she'll recover.
Yeah, that's time.
And we'll get better out of her.
I think she's technically right up there. And
I'd
like to say,
she's WSL.
I do agree. I think there's more to come for her this season.
She's WSL. I
don't think she's hit the heights. I think there's levels
but
for her.
That's where she is. That's where she's going.
So they're the 2. This is the one position that none of us have picked yet. So we've all got 3 different players. Lorraine, who was the 3rd centre midfielder.
Blank space.
I'll give you a clue. Hello mate, how you going? You alright? I'm the father. I'm sorry, that's awful impression. He's going to say that now.
And I've heard it that many times and I know exactly who you're talking about.
What the hell?
Steve, he didn't tell us he was going to do that.
No, that was totally out the blue though.
Sorry Steve, sorry. Just driving my virgin van. Emma Kelly.
Yeah.
Again, we're talking about technique. Unbelievable on the ball, brilliant pass on the ball. But it's injuries, isn't it? It's just starting to suffer a few injuries.
She's just come back from injury, hasn't she?
You want to get her on the ball a lot more when she's on the ball, don't we?
Yeah.
And Emma Kelly. Dave, do you want to elaborate why?
Versatility again. If Emma wants to push forward, Stobbs could drop in the back. So the versatility between them 2, while her body's doing her thing, because she could be on the right wing, right left, them 2 can then cover. So it's like one goes forward, one comes back. So it gives that midfield a bit. Our weakness this year, I think, has been midfield. Not because of players we've got, because there seems to be a big gap between defence and midfield so many times. Our midfield is wide open. The Bristol City game was a big area. Birmingham did the same. Birmingham, I still say now with Birmingham, if we hadn't been on our day that day, we'd probably get beat that day. there's too much gap between the midfield. We've missed the DM, and I think Emma is absolutely built for that. She showed it last year that that's what she does, and she does it well. So the versatility yet again between Keegan Stobbs and Emma Kelly. If one wants to drift forward, the other one will drift in, and Stobbs can do the same job as Emma Kelly does, and Kelly can do the same, so that the switch and change they want to, while Alicia's just doing a midfield thing.
Joe,
And that was why.
who's your second midfielder? Do you want to remind me?
Hannah Greenwood.
Oh, that's surprising.
Now this is where it comes to everything.
It's coming for you.
It's 2 calls this time. See you later.
I wasn't here.
It wasn't that right. No, look, Hannah Greenwood. It's exactly what Dave and Lorraine were saying earlier. She is versatile. She's got pace. She's got strength, and she's one of those players who, for me, goes under the radar so often, especially when she plays midfield. She's one of those, the opposition sprays the ball forward, and Hannah Greenwood won't gain possession, but she'll knock it with her shoulder, she'll knock it with her leg, and you guarantee that's going to go over Amber Stobbs, or it's going to go over Alicia Body. Now you get one of them players, or even Emma Kelly, because I like what you said about Emma Kelly. And
Remember I said to you was the reason why I put Hannah in defence?
Yes.
It's because I wanted Emma in that.
Yeah,
so that was the only way they
I
could do
understand.
it.
Like for me, I hate to leave Emma Kelly out because I agree everything you've said about Emma Kelly, fantastic. But for me, I've got to have Potts and I've got to have Cooper at the back. So far in the season, that might change, but Greenwood just brings a certain. Again, it's that under the radar.
Yeah.
You don't notice what she does. She pressures defenders. She pressures midfielders. She's able to put the ball forward. Sometimes she just gets the ball, takes one touch, and puts a little pass forward that Hales or Andrews, anyone can run onto and take, and you don't notice them a little bit. And I think Hannah Greenwood, when we don't have Hannah Greenwood in this team, I think it's been proven this season. Hannah Greenwood in the team, we've got a certain chemistry about it that's just it's fantastic.
Man United's trying to claim their goal, the Hannah Greenwood own goal. It's goal of the season. Goal of the season.
She scored a couple, didn't she? And she's dead like. I don't want the limelight.
I'm
happy to give someone else the limelight.
That's a Yorkshire thing, though.
Do you know one thing I think about every time I go back to Hannah Greenwood as well, though, is that time when I interviewed her with the ostrich, and I was like, "Hannah, you ever been interviewed by an ostrich before?" She was like, "No, I don't think I have."
That was something.
That was wild.
So obviously I've gone with Jazz McQuaid. Obviously that's a leftover because she's played there practically almost like an ever-present all season. Got her call up to the England under 23s. A little bit of a negative.
That was a surprise.
A little bit negative is I think she's too deep though. If you're going to play Jazz McQuaid, I want to see her a little 10 yards further forward for me to unlock the magic. But because she's playing in centre midfield, she's had to change her game. Change of discipline. You've got to be disciplined. Play in centre midfield. Last season she was more forward.
Yeah, she's a 10.
She's basically a 10. And start the season off brilliantly. Grabbed an assist for Shania. Nicked the ball back. Grabbed the assist for Shania down the London City. It was unbelievable when we were down Portsmouth. What a performance that was. Unreal. And she's gone probably a bit like Hannah. A little bit more under the radar this season.
I think.
But you can't be having a bad season if you're getting called up to the England under 23s. But my only gripe is quite similar to this body. I'd like that to get forward a little bit more because I want to see. It's like just playing with the handbrake on. You're driving the car on. Let the handbrake go.
The only thing I would say with Jazz is sometimes she can show that little bit of an experience. Just a little bit. It's not a lot, but there'll be flashes in a game where the little bit of unexperience comes out. Because she's gone straight from the development side into the championship side.
Right.
So that little bit of an experience just comes through every now and again. Like she'll think, right, I can do something with the ball here, and then it's just a simple thing, or a player will take it off her. So there's just a little bit, but she's going to learn all the time because she's getting the gameplay. So I don't think there's anything wrong with any of the midfielders. We could argue with this up, but there's no right or wrong, is there?
It's hard, no. I think with Jazz, what you're both saying, and I think it does come out in experience. I think with one thing she's missing, I reckon loads of people are going to jump on us for saying this, especially for me bringing the swagger like Jazz chant. But I think it's confidence for her right now, and I think it goes straight down to what you said. They just come from development, a championship in a year and a half at best. I mean, that's big for a young lass.
She must be doing something to keep Georgia.
Exactly, and that's a big moment for a lass like that. And I think Becky's backing her. Becky's going, look, just get your confidence, because once Jazz's confidence comes in, it's going to be the same as that we seen last season, where she's going to take anything on
the ball,
doesn't care.
But I think she needs to be a 10, not.
I agree. I want to hire her up. I want to push her.
We've all got different players, so how we'll settle it is who would be your second choice out of mine and Joe's.
So you got Hannah, but I've already got Hannah in there, so I'll have to say Jazz.
You got Hannah. Who would be your second
I'd have to say Jazz, because I've already got Hannah in my starting 11.
That's would be Jazz. So it would be yours from Dave and Lorraine's.
Emma Kelly.
So it'd be Emma Kelly head of Jazz.
Head of Jazz. Aye.
So still the same.
So I'll pick from your two. So it's Emma Kelly or
Hannah Greenwood. It's really difficult.
it's got to be.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's got to be
There's
Emma
no-
Kelly.
Fair.
But there's no like.
Is it getting a player in?
Yeah.
It's Emma Kelly. I think.
Yeah.
Get it!
The reason why I'll have Emma Kelly, I think I'll have Emma Kelly head of Greenwood as the creativity alone.
Yeah.
Emma Kelly on the ball,
Yeah.
the pass is just neat. She can spray one over the top. I think Hannah Greenwood, unfortunately, she's a different type of player. Whereas she can't unlock defences, Emma Kelly can.
Yeah.
So I'll go Emma Kelly. So Emma Kelly.
I
will
think
be-
there's no out them three. You could pick anybody every day long.
Yeah,
We're
you
so
pick-
strong in that
yeah,
midfield.
them-
It's
them
crackers.
three.
It's crackers. We've got so many versatility in our side. That I hope so. I'm getting 50 now, you know. I'm touching 50 now, you know.
Best thing you've said.
I'm going to get the thing in. Touching 50, you know. Well, touching 50 I am.
Stay away from my dog, you. So, Emma Kelly will be the third one in there. So that's Body, Stobbs, and Emma Kelly is your midfield three. You can see the graphic on your screen as Cho tries to compose himself. And then the front three. The front three. None of us have agreed on the front three either. Maybe because we might have a couple of wingers playing a different side. That could be the reason. But we'll
I thought
we'll
that.
start with you, Joe. Who's your up front? Who's going up front?
Are we starting there already?
I think we already know.
We're starting there already.
To roll. What's it?
Shania Hales.
I know. It was going.
How long?
Look at the grin.
How long?
Look at the grin.
Shania Hales.
Look at the grin as well, though. This has got rooms of Manchester. I hope you've got a few hours on this tape.
We'll keep to the positives then. Why Shania?
I just think she brings something different to the forward position. I think she brings a danger, taking nothing away from Andrews' effort, nothing away from Andrews' ability to push up. But Hales, for me, is a dangerous player. She's a player that's hard to play against. She's the one who's going to knock balls left, right. She's going to do a little bit of flourish. Does it sometimes get ahead of her? Yes, it does. But for me, Hales, and I mean, top and bottom, stats. Hales has a better conversion, and however, in an ideal world, I would have Hales that little bit more like a Ronaldinho role, you know, sitting sort of
False 10.
Yeah, like a false 10, yeah.
False 9.
False 9, yeah, a false 9 and sitting that little bit further back. Dave's going wild, yeah. No, but like I think she just brings so much more in the finishing ability right now. And again, it's that danger. She's one of those players who, when the ball gets touched down to her feet, defenders are scared. They don't know what she's going to do next. You know,
Is the negatives that she can't play the full 90?
See, for me, I don't think that's a negative. I think, and
She does get a burnout.
I go back to this. Yes, she burns out. Yes. If it was required and we only had one striker fit and Hales was that striker fit, I'd be worried. Just like if Newcastle men only had Wilson fit, I'd be worried. He's not a full 90, same as Hales isn't. However, as an impact player, again, it goes back to what I said earlier about Diana. You can put Hales on for 60 minutes, you can put Hales on for 30 minutes, she does a job in that time. 90 minutes, you're going to see a struggle at times. Yeah, yes.
Lorraine, who have you gone with?
Amy Andrews.
Tell us why.
Limbering up.
Because with Amy Andrews, she got off to a good start in pre-season. She scored away at Portsmouth, which I think was crucial at that time for scoring, because then you think, right, she's going to go on a run, aren't you? She didn't. Then she was pushed out on the right wing for a couple of games. She's not a right winger. She's not. But then she's obviously found her form recently, grabbed a couple of goals of late. Is that why he's going in there? Because she's, inverted commas, more of a natural striker than Shania Hales?
Yeah, I think she likes to run onto the ball. It's
Well, look at the Man United goal.
Yeah,
That's the key. That's
It's
the key.
Milan goal.
Yeah.
yeah.
But if we're going to play Amy Andrews up top, why aren't we playing to our strengths? Because I don't feel
That's
that.
Becky.
Well, I'm asking you. That's why
Like,
you're
we don't know what the team's been told, though, is it? I mean, the 2 times that she's been played the ball over the top, she scored. No, the AC Milan and the Manchester United games.
Even a Portsmouth goal was quite similar.
Yeah. That's a strength, and at the moment, I don't think between Hills and Amy, it's very, very close. I'm not saying one. I do believe Amy's better than Shania. But what one's weakness is, the other one's got the strength. So, like, Shania's weakness is Amy's strength, and Amy's weakness is Shania's.
Oh, they're on, everyone.
Is Shania's weakness.
It was like turn them on, they both.
By the way, that's not a special effect I've done. That is just the rain.
To kind of pick from the pair of them is quite difficult because they both have flashes where they're quite brilliant. But I do think that Amy is more of a natural striker than what Hales is. I do think that Hales is wasted on the left side. And maybe, can you remember in the Sunderland game, that was the only game that Hales played the whole 90 minutes. But where did she play? She played a striker and striker only. When we're playing out left, is it giving her too much to do? That's where the burnout is coming. Because on the left-hand side, you've got 2, 3, 4 players to try and get through before you get in the box, because you've got the full back, you've got the winger, then you've got the inside centre back. Is she burning out because she's got all that to do before she gets in the box? Because that is a concern. Because even now you think that if she's only lasted for 70 minutes at this time of the season, we've already talked about Demi Stokes. Demi Stokes has got fitter as the season has gone on. Why isn't Hales? Because her fitness level should now be creeping, and you can bet. We've even got with the little group that we sit. We've got like a little thing going on. We've got to bet when she's going to go off. Honestly, that's how it is. I would like to see Amy come on and play her 60 minutes, and then bring Schneider on just to finish the game off. Because that's when defenders are tired, the head's not concentrating enough, the legs have gone. Then you bring Shania on because she'll do damage. Because she's got that trickery, she's got that little bit about her. Whereas Andrews will run at them. Andrews will run at them all day. We've seen her pressing. Yep. Look at the Man United game. Bloody hell, she was all over the shot. She was chasing the keeper down. She was over on the outside. She was all over.
Great goal.
But then that's where it is. But then when Shania came on, that drop was there. Because Shania won't do that. She'll like to pick the ball up and then make a little... She's like an ASM forward. She'd like to do like a little showcase, little thing, like a little twist and turn and a top volley. I think you should bring Shania on either as a striker and leave her there, or you bring her on the last 30 minutes of a game when defenders are tired, the concentration levels are low, the legs are a bit wobbly, then you bring her on, and I think she would do a lot more damage then than what you do.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Dave, you've been outvoted for this one.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think it's a bad counter argument. I think it's not much in it, but I think.
But as I said, I don't think there's a lot to do.
There isn't. I'll agree. Definitely.
I think what you've said.
It's a fine hair.
Shania can win a game on her own. Amy Andrews can't. That's why I would go with Shania.
I think if only she plays a striker only. I don't think playing left side coming off that left side. She doesn't.
If we were part, not that we have, but if we part the bus, I want Shania as a striker and not Amy Andrews. I think Shania can do it on her own. She can go past a couple of players. She can use her pace. I think Amy Andrews needs feeding, as in Ryback would say, feed me more. But I don't think Amy Andrews gets fed enough. I don't think she gets enough crosses. Whereas Shania, give me the ball, Howard, then I'll say, well, I'll burn you. But I do agree, the pace is electrifying. The fitness is a concern because, yes, you can easily bring on Amy Andrews to try and get a...
Why is the fitness not getting any better, though? Because she's getting game time.
I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying, that's the only concern it is, because we've already mentioned about Demi Stokes.
How many she got now? 7? 8?
Yeah.
But that's all come from a striker purpose. She doesn't do well from a left side only, does she? She's rather be played as a striker only, not a left sider. But Demi, because remember when she first came in, she was playing Amy up front and she was playing left side. We weren't getting the best out of that side because I think she's got too much to do. She's got too many players. Remember Messi? You always said that Messi like a player as a 10 because when he played right side wing, he just had too much to do. By the time he got in the box, he was knackered.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Hales has got.
So it'll be Shania Hales who shades it, and then we come across to go left wing. Go on, then I'll let you start left wing. Who you've gone with?
Mackham Slayer.
Beth Lumsden.
Simple as.
Tell us why.
Mackham Slayer.
More so than yes, I know she took the headlines. Lorraine, she took the headlines, didn't she? Yeah. But tell us about her ability. What she got that she? Why you put her?
Trickery.
Why you put her ahead of?
Lovely finish of the ball.
You put her ahead of Katie Barker and
lovely finish of the ball.
Hayward, Ethan Sibley, and magical feet. Is that what you're trying to say?
She's lovely with the ball.
Both feet.
My only thing with Lumsden is she likes to come in all the time.
Is that a bad thing?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's all. I'd like to see Lumsden sometimes go down the outside of somebody, not come in on somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you're a defender facing up to a winger and you know that where that winger's going to go, you're setting yourself for where the winger's going to go.
Yeah.
Make a change, go the other side. Make the defender then have to chase.
I'll tell you something. She's my player of the season so far. I think she's just
You can't not have her.
corner delivery. It's a tactic. Go for the goalkeeper. She scored one.
Just
of them.
drop it on the head. Remember I said before, they don't like anything.
Yeah. And Lumsden's great at doing that.
Yeah.
I think
Phenomenal.
she's won. Because again, I'll come to you, Lorraine, for this. She's won that against Tyler Dodds. We talked about this. I thought it was harsh on Tyler Dodds on that right side. But this season, she's gone up. Trajectory's gone up for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left wing, nailed on.
Yeah.
Easy choice.
Yes.
I disagree.
Well, we know where you're going to go. KB.
I'm going Katie Barker as my left wing.
Oh.
You
I
that?
have. Oh, that's surprising.
Oh, yeah, that was like,
Oh.
I actually thought that you were going to do it as well.
So,
I'm shocked at that.
Katie
Oh,
Barker,
I thought you were going to do it for
Katie
sure. I wasn't
Barker.
sure about it, but I knew you were going to do it.
legend. Not right winger. I think she suffers in that right wing position. I've seen her play out there. Striker, I'm all right. If she has to play up top, I'm all right. She can
Yeah,
fill
I am
in.
as well.
But left wing last season, she made that her own. She forced Casey Elson out the side. And look at Casey Elson now. She can't get any game time. Technically gifted. I think she needs now a run in the side on the left. I don't want Shania Hales. I think you've agreed on that. You don't want her that side. So I keep about a little pocket twist. She'll pick the ball up. She's a little fighter. She can grab a goal. Technically gifted. For me, I've got to go Katie Barker on the left hand side because I think we get more out of her. I think,
And she's come from all the way up.
but she deserves it.
Yeah.
Like you look at players who've come all the way. A lot of them now starting to fall out the team. She's not.
Yeah.
Like Georgia Gibson hardly gets any minutes now. Casey Elson, Grace Donnelly, they're all falling out.
Yeah.
There's only probably Liv Watt and probably Katie Barker that I can think of at the top.
If you
of my
said
head.
2 seasons ago that we'd be starting a season without Georgia, without Katie Barker, without Casey Elson, without
Grace.
Liv Watt, without Grace, you'd probably laughed at it and thought,
Absolutely.
nah, that's
Blue
totally
mind.
not going to
Blue
happen.
mind.
So now it's like 2 years later, you're going, they're not even in the conversation.
It's mental, isn't it?
It is totally,
It
totally,
blows my
totally
mind.
mental.
Does.
Totally, total.
Go on then.
Katie Barker. But,
I knew I said both you did.
Look, I'm
What's the surprise?
I'm shocked at you picking it because of a conversation we had earlier, but regardless of that, Katie Barker, right, I'm going to go a little bit devil's advocate here. There was a player posed to me earlier today that I could put Lumsden the same side as you and put this player on the other side, and I really wanted to do that. But I've went with Katie Barker. That'll come in because I've got a feeling yous are going to do what I could have done.
Yeah,
So
come
I nearly agreed with yous. Katie Barker for me on that left wing. Yes, last season all day long, Katie Barker, she played her best season for Newcastle yet, without doubt. Last season. This season, I'm almost wanting more from her. I am. I'm like, where's that Katie from last season?
My only thing with sorry, Joe.
But she is in the championship now. She has come from tier 4
Yeah, tier
and,
4,
and beyond. You know what I mean? Like she has fought through everything. There's got to be a point where you go, right, Katie Barker struggles. Now it's now, and it's the same with Charlotte Pott. She's having her struggles now. However, that left wing, I just see her there every time. I can't put anyone else in that position. It's hard to see Beth over on that side, and it's close.
It's yet against
Very
like the
close.
midfield, isn't it?
It
There's
is.
no,
It's
there's no.
hard. There's only 3 players who I switch about with on the wings.
Yeah, but that's it's the
that's
same
why
with
I
the
think
midfield, isn't it?
it's
It's
gonna
the
come
same.
next.
My only,
Yeah,
my only
Barker.
thing with KB is, I think sometimes she comes in too much. Sometimes she'll try for a shot, the striker kicks in, and she'll try for a shot when the pass is there. Do you know what I mean? She's a striker naturally, so she'll come in on the winger, she'll cut in, and she sees something, and then she'd rather try and put that curve in the top end than to try and play a little pass across to a Hales or an Andrew.
Like the fast tracks back.
I know, but that's as well.
Reminds you of Anthony
But
Gordon,
that's as
doesn't
well.
it?
But that's his like.
Yeah.
But that's my only thing with
Yeah.
Katie Barker is when she gets in the box or she gets a sniff of goal, the striker in her kicks in and she'll go for it.
Yeah.
And sometimes she's got an easier option, and that's my only thing why I didn't pick Katie for, because Katie was there, and that's where but Lumsden doesn't, where Katie does. Because Lumsden will look for a little pass or a little chip or a little whatever, and Katie doesn't. The striker in it will take over. That's why she's number 9. No, she'll come in the box from the wing and she's looking straight away where can I hit here. She's looking where the goal is. She's looking like where the striker looks. Instead of saying, well, what have I got options? And that's the difference between Lumsden and Katie, I think. And that's the only reason. I did come very light between the pair of them because I do think they're both the same.
Very tight. It is.
Last one. which is on the right-hand side. Lorraine, who you gone with?
Can't remember. You've got the days, you know.
She's dreamy.
Yeah, is he?
Tell us why you're going with Miss Sibley. That's a good start.
Because Sibley's hilarious.
See, I remember talking to a woman at one of the away games, and she was like, "God, I don't like her. I don't know what." And I thought, she's not.
It's too early to judge.
Yeah.
But then I got in my head that she's not that good. But then when I've sat and watched her, it's totally different. I actually do like her.
What Sibley does, a work rate.
Is she a confidence player?
Yes. But her work rate is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
She's the only winger that we've got that covers both defence as well as forward. She'll bomb them down that side left, up and down there all day long.
Yeah.
All day long.
Would you sign up permanently?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Who else have we got right side?
I wouldn't sign up permanently.
You know?
I would sign someone else next season.
I know, but if you've got... Yeah, if a better player comes on the higher quality, then yes, but I'd still keep her in the squad.
I would keep her towards the end of the season, but then I'll probably look at it because for me, I think she still needs to do more. I think for me,
I know, but that comes with as a
I
season
think she's
goes on.
neat and tidy, but that's as far as it goes for me. She does work hard. Granted, I think every footballer should. Where's the aggression? Where's the fight? Where's the challenge that has? It's lacking.
She's a winger.
I just.
Welcome back to Newcastle Fans. New presenter Dave and Lorraine. Hi guys, how are you doing? Anyways, Lee had to leave the channel.
I think she has got talent. Don't get me wrong.
I think she'll
what
progress.
she needs to do for me
Did you
is
say against Portsmouth?
yeah, but she needs to play regularly.
But this is where I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think if she was to play regular, get in and run the
It's
side.
not for a reason though.
I know, but my other thing is
And I hope she does.
Becky likes her left side.
I really hope she does because I think she's
Becky likes her left side because she's dreamy.
But if she doesn't become a regular, she's not getting signed at the end of the season. She has to start now being regular. And I want to see her going past play, whip the ball and get a few assists. But we'll have to wait and see. Now you had the dilemma that you wanted to bring up, didn't you? Because you were going to go with her.
I was going to go with.
It's hard, isn't it? There's no right or wrong in this. It's just a point of someone's opinion.
It's. I was going to have Lumsden on the left, Sibley on the right. But I just can't.
I did give you the option. Said, do you want to change it?
You did. That was the
Lumsden.
conversation. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm sticking with it, and I've got to have Lumsden on the right wing. For me, she's just. It's one of those where when you think of Alan Shearer, you see him where he is and on the pitch. You think of Tino Espria, you see him in a certain position. There isn't many times.
You under there.
Lee's disappearing again. There's just a certain thing about Beth on the right side. It's like bread and butter. Do you know what I mean? It goes together. I feel like she's had more service and more success on that side. She's had better. She's more confident on that side. She's just finds more success on that right side than what anyone else does.
You cannot tell if you're in that position. If she left-footed, is she right-footed, or she bat on the right, or she bat on the left?
Yeah,
that's a
See,
quality.
but that was the other thing that we did because you could switch them out. See, but that's what we were always thinking was
Such a
like
quality.
you can play both ways because you could swap Beth with Izzy about the same way. So the team that we picked was all you could change it and move it if
And
you needed it.
I'm slap bang in the middle. I agree with everything you've said about Sibley, but I also see I want to see more.
Yeah.
But I do sign her next season. Like all day long, I'm with Dave and Lorraine on that.
Yeah.
I want to.
I think as the season goes, the confidence will come with it, and then she'll go with it.
I think it's
And
like Jazz.
I think it will be. I think
Bang on.
that's what I see from Jazz last year. Jazz was like this little frailty, wasn't she? She was like this little. She come on with these little flashes to do whatever. I see that from Izzy.
Yes.
And I think if Izzy was to get a run and let her see where she could go, and the confidence goes with the team, because I think the team is now starting to get confident with her.
Yep.
The beginning of the season, we played a lot down that left side, where Izzy was left on her own a lot of times. I think now the team's starting to now look at her, and I think that's helping her. I think that's where the doubters came in the beginning of the season because she wasn't shown, because they weren't giving it, because I think the team didn't. Not they didn't have confidence in her, but they weren't so sure. So they'd rather give it to Lumsden down the left side, where they know she's going to keep it, she's going to make something, or do we give it to her and not be sure? And I think now the team's starting to shift it, where it's coming over the right. and she's getting a little bit of a run. She's showing a little bit more of what she can do, which will help her confidence. And I think as the season goes on, I think she'll come more and more into this.
Yeah, I've already said Beth Lumsden as well. So Beth Lumsden on her outside, absolute quality, doesn't know where she's left and right. But that's with team. I'm going to ask you a couple players who haven't even mentioned either. So the team is Claudia Moan, Liv Watt at right back, Toxie and Cooper.
We got 2.
Jenny Stokes at left back, Stobbs, Body, Emma Kelly.
We got 2.
Centre midfield. Right wing Beth Lumsden, left wing Katie Barker, and up top Shania Hales. Player of the season so far? I've already said mine's Beth Lumsden.
Yeah, no,
It's Amber Stobbs for me. The team looks different when Amber's not there. The team is. I love what Beth Lumsden does, but it comes to that situation where you can switch Beth, you can switch Sibley, you can switch Barker, you can switch them all about hell. You can even put Haywood in that argument. But Stobbs, who do you replace? No one replaces Amber Stobbs on that pitch.
Anywhere where she comes in, she puts a performance in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She's 100 or nothing.
Is she yours?
Yeah, Amber's mine.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Yeah.
I already mentioned mine.
I like you to have that argument at home. Who it is?
We've got better things to argue about than football.
We don't have
Yeah,
to.
mine's
They
Diana.
don't.
Diana for me.
Yeah.
I just think she's been solid.
Are you,
She's filled the gap that we didn't have last year because we had to play the 3 last year, and she's come in and made that her own as a 4.
Out with that. In the comments, we're going to break it down to 3 for you. Are you agreeing with Dave? Is it Deanna Cooper? Are you agreeing with me and Lorraine? Is it Amber Stobbs? Are you agreeing with
I
Lee?
think Stobbs
Is
is
it Beth
close.
Lumsden?
I do think
Let me
Stobbs
know
is
your
close.
thoughts out with them 3.
For me, you're looking like a fine hair, a pubic hair between Amber Stobbs and Diana. Because I do believe what you. No, Cooper is
what's on his brain that he's.
Cooper is still my player, but I think there's there's an argument for both. I think.
I'm not laughing about the player choice. It's the analogy you use, mate. Like,
I know, second one.
I love you.
Pubic hair.
I just want to mention. I don't want to be too
fertility.
negative before we wrap up. But some players, none of us have even mentioned as options. Are you worried about any of those players that we haven't mentioned? I'm not going to drop names. I think people can easily read
there's
it.
one.
There's a few.
There's 2 I'm worried about. One has a possible another career option, which I think she might look at. And another one, well, there's one of them who has another career option and has done something that another player who left last season has done as well. Hopefully that's enough hints for you. What a belter.
You can drop names.
Oh, okay. Georgia Gibson. What a belter Hearts. Go check them out. Amazing. But then also Casey Elson. I am worried because I look at them 2 and I'm seeing what I seen last season in Anna Soulsby. They're not getting the game time. When they come on, they are doing a job. They're giving it the all, but maybe Adina, it's hard. I don't want to speak badly of them 2. They are absolutely phenomenal players, but maybe it's one of those where it's just like Grace isn't getting a look in. Am I worried about Grace? No, because I feel like Grace has got a job to do with the team mentally and
They're not
training.
getting much game time. Then
It's not.
Sophie Hayward is another one none of us have mentioned.
She's never really played though.
Yeah, good
she's had
injury.
stops and starts, so she's had 10 minutes
Lewis
here.
Joel, another one. She's featured in almost every game. We haven't really brought up her. The 2 goalkeepers as well. I think the rest of the squad's been mentioned, to be fair, by a lot of us. Just probably those 4 or 5 players none of us have brought, and that probably tells you where they're at in terms of their form and possibly even their careers at Newcastle United.
I would never have thought we'd start the season because our midfield haven't scored a lot of goals this season. Well, last season we did.
Yes.
We've got a 10 goal plus midfielder on the bench, and there is sometimes I think, why is she not on? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With Georgia,
Especially at St James's Park.
Georgia, the last 3 seasons is a 10 goal midfielder. I know she plays in a 10, but she's a 10 goal midfielder. To drop out a 10 goal midfielder this season is a bit of a I don't know. I still trust what she's doing, but there's sometimes where you think our midfield. I don't think anyone apart from Jazz has got a couple this year, but that's it. There's not a lot of midfield this year has scored. Where Georgia, I'm not saying she will score 10 goals in this season, in this league. I'm not saying that, but she has the potential to, and she's shown it. And now there is sometimes I just think we could do with that Georgia, just that little, because she's got the physicality for it, and I think that's sometimes that Jazz doesn't. And Georgia does.
Yeah, Rachel Furness, we didn't mention
Yeah.
that, but I think
Love
that's
her,
because of her injury.
Fiery Furness.
Yeah, I think that's
Love
because of
her
her
to
injury. I think she's fine, by the way, Rachel
Kim
Furness.
Sattler
I think
to the
she'll play
crowd
a lot
and
of
she
games.
Bristol.
To push a very big positive, although they haven't been mentioned, and it's something I constantly talk about the difference in the men and the women's team at Newcastle United. The men's, when you look at the bench and you look at after the first 11, depth, the skill drop-off is huge. Look at the women's team. It's not, is it? It's not a massive drop-off. You think if one or two of our first team players get injured, we have got a decent level of skill in our depth, and I think that's important to have. So that's where, in a sense, we are not as worried. If we were to get promoted into Super League next season, I'm worried about a few more names than just the two that I personally mentioned. However, if we were to stay in the Championship, I'm not that worried about certain players going, because I think it's that depth aspect. We have got a great depth in Newcastle United women's team, and there was lots of growth for the
My only thing
ages
with
of
the depth is she seems to have the same subs each time.
Yeah, it doesn't get utilised a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas like for Georgia, how long has Georgia been on for the sub this season? Casey. Whereas you can say like Hannah Greenwood, she's on the bench, she comes on. So certain players do come on every game when there's subs to be made, but there is others that don't, and I think that can affect them as well, because if you're not getting game time, you're getting your 10 minutes, your 20 minutes here. What does that say to you as well as a player?
I think also a couple of positives are Daisy Bird's getting a lot of long time. Becky Ferguson, Ella Baker recently made her debut as well, so she looked decent. Ava Chapman's been on the bench a couple of times, so we've got a lot of.
That's good to see.
I've got a lot of hope in the development. The devs are just battering teams every week, isn't it? It's too easy for them, even though they've went up to Elite League. And
she came on against Man U, didn't she? The
development player. So there's a lot of promising, and
Baker.
that's our half-season team. That might change come the end of the season. Probably will.
Probably will. I would imagine it will.
There's so fine line between it.
I do agree with what Joe says, because if you take Isaac out the men's, it's a drop off. You take Gordon out, Harvey Barnes is a slight drop off. You take out Bruno, you're bringing in a Willock or
Less the right side. That's why when you were doing the Luton game, when you said about Joe came off, would it be Longstaff or Willock? It had to be Willock. Yeah. Willock's always the left-sided player. Really, Longstaff's the right-sided player, so it was the obvious choice.
I think as well, to go on your point there about not enough utilisation in the depth, I agree. However, if this league right now, and even Becky herself has said this is the tightest championship league, so
it is powerful.
If this league wasn't as tight and we were either further down the table or further up the table with a clearer points gap, I think we'd see that utilised a lot more. But I think that's a reason it's not.
We had that chat before, didn't we? And I said, I don't think, apart from maybe Birmingham showed a lot, even though we beat them, Birmingham did show a lot. We were very lucky that day. Yeah. We got overrun that day massively. If it wasn't for the likes of Moni and whatnot, then we probably would have had our first ass spanking that day. I don't think there's a lot of difference between Tier 3 and this, which we were saying before.
It is.
Because we haven't had our ass spanked. Have we? We haven't been walked over.
Terminology.
It's my point, don't it? It's right. No, we haven't approached a team and got absolutely walked over.
Just Bristol City, I think.
But we didn't turn up. I think that was our own fault. It wasn't Bristol City. It was just we were just terrible.
And before people jump on it in the comments, yes, Liverpool as well. But let's face it, we're talking about
the ones
classical. Exactly. You're not people are going to point it out. You know what they're like.
Jeez, right. We were sitting watching from Liverpool.
Yeah, they're a whole league above, and they're a great team.
It was like they've been the WSL for 12 years.
Yeah,
they finished off. They started off with 6 internationals of the start 11, and then the finished 11 was 9. The woman who scored the 6 was an Irish international with 109 caps. We were just sat to this year going, wow.
I'm guessing the chat has moved.
Wow. Yeah, just see Lorraine now.
Completely on me.
Anyways, we'll wrap up there, everybody. There we go. There's the used to. I'll keep that there. This is available on all the audio podcasts, so please. If you listen, drop us a 5-star. This has obviously been put out in the new year, which Dave's forgot the time of the year. Maybe he's got a bit of dementia. But it is Happy New Year.
He is 51 coming up now.
I'll be 51 by the time this comes
out. From Joe, from Lorraine, from Dave, from everyone here in the corner who's...
Ferdinand.
Hello.